Hello and welcome to part 4 of our headstand compression series. And I hope that you've learned a few things that you can add into your workout routine, or just a few drills that you can repeat where you can feel more comfortable in that core compression and work towards your press to honestly everything. Press to headstand, forearm stand, handstand. All right, for this one you'll need a strap or a blanket or a shirt will do, and we will begin on our backs in Shavasana. Shoulder blades tucked under you, legs as wide as they need to be. Beginning to let go of any thoughts you have lingering about the day, or maybe about the future. And just focusing on the present. Guiding yourself into that mind-body-breath connection. Inviting that connection by focusing on the breath. The rise and fall of the belly as you inhale and exhale. Noticing how the body feels as it lays in stillness. Where do you feel a little bit of tension? Where do you feel more relaxed? And then start to wiggle into the fingers and toes. Flutter the eyes open, roll out the wrists and ankles. Give yourself a full body squeeze before we start. Maybe even lifting the head, neck, and shoulders off the ground and curling into a little ball. Rocking side to side or up and down. And then plant both of the soles on the feet onto the mat. Grab the strap. Sorry, I think I yelled that. Grab your strap. And then place it on the sole of the right foot. Really find that compression by driving the knee up towards the armpit. Shoulders away from the ears. Inhale. And as you exhale, extend the leg as straight as you can make it while keeping that compression. Inhale to compress. Exhale to extend. Keep going, focusing on your breath. We're going to do 5, so 2 more after this one. Keeping that nice compression, working into the hamstring. Last one here. Now we're going to do 5 more, but extend the left leg. Driving the left heel into the ground, keeping the leg active. Inhaling to compress. Exhaling to extend. 3. 2. 1. Hold here. Toes are flexed back towards the face, engaging the biceps to give a nice pull on whatever you have, your strap or your towel, just to find a little bit of activity in the right leg. So you're pulling the strap down and pushing the foot into the strap. Not full force though. Last breath. Keep the leg where it is. Just move the strap off to the side. Float the left heel off the ground and point both of the toes. Throughout this movement, you really want to try to widen the legs as much as possible by drawing the right knee in and pushing the left leg down. Place the hands underneath the low back, shimmy them under there. And then all you're going to do, trying to keep the legs as spread as wide as you can, you're going to inhale first, and exhale, you're going to try to tilt the pelvis and bring the package of the legs closer to the body. So inhale to release, exhale to bring them in. Inhale to release, exhale to bring them in. Keep going, tilting the pelvis, feeling the tailbone lift off the hands, but really working to get those legs as far apart as you can. 6, I think. 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to hold for 10. 9, 8. Draw the belly button to the spine, drawing the core in. 5. Really reach the legs far apart from each other. 3, 2, 1. Release the right foot down. Both soles of the feet find the mat. And just windshield wiper the knees back and forth. Grab your strap. Place it on the sole of the left foot. Find that compression, knee towards your armpit. Inhale. Exhale, extend the foot. Inhale. Trying your best to keep the compression. Exhale. So if you can't get your leg totally straight, that's totally fine. 3. Shoulders away from the ears. Try not to hold any tension in the neck. And our last one here. Now we extend the right leg long, driving the right heel into the mat. 5 more. Engaging the biceps. 3, 2, 1. Next time the foot is lifted, we hold here. Finding that work in opposites between the strap and the foot. Two more breaths. Inhale. And exhale, strap goes off to the side. We point both of the toes. We hover the right foot. Then we shimmy the hands underneath the low back. Feel the legs work in opposite directions. Inhale. Exhale, tilt the pelvis, bringing the legs closer. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. We're going to do 10. And just really feel how the low back is rolling on the hand as you bring the legs closer by drawing navel to spine and tilting the pelvis. 6, I think. 7, legs are reaching apart from each other. 8, 9, 10, and we hold for 10. Legs are really reaching apart here. 5, 4, engage the core. 3, 2, 1. Grab both of the knees towards the chest. Rock side to side. Then rock up and down the spine 3 times. And on the third one, you're going to try to catch your balance into boat pose and hold. In boat pose, we're going to start with the legs bent. Just try to drive the knees towards the chest. Grab the arms behind the knees and rock 3 times, catching our balance once more, actually twice more, at the top. Hold. This time try to extend one foot. And then the other foot. Chest is lifted. Grab behind the knees, rock 3 times. Catching your balance on the third one. Hold. Extend the legs, both. Extend both the legs if you can. And if this is really killing your core more than you need, you're always welcome to leave the knees bent. Inhale. And exhale, lower the legs and come into a seated position on the mat. So I'm so used to going into tabletop. Legs are extended out in front of you. This is my L-sit vinyasa, and it's one of my favorites. So sitting up tall, feeling the zip of the legs in towards each other. On an inhale, lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Keep the gaze neutral and really try to lift out of the sides of the waist. Toes are flexed back towards the face. Legs are active. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold with a flat back. Peace fingers can grab either big toe. Just one more breath here. Inhale to lengthen through the crown of the spine and from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, try to fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, come back up to that Hasta Dandasana. That's not an actual pose. I don't think I made it up. Reach. Inhale. Exhale, lower the palms to either side of the hips. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward. Pick up the hips and just wiggle the heels back and feel how this posture feels. Shoulders away from the ear. Inhale. Exhale, wiggle the heels forward, plant the bum. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold peace fingers to the big toes. Lengthen crown of the head from the base of the spine on an inhale. And exhale, see if you can fold a little bit deeper while keeping that flat back. Inhale, lift the arms overhead. Exhale, plant the hands on either side of the bum. Find all the work. Press the hands into the mat, and on an inhale, shimmy the hips back and the heels back, and maybe you can try to float the heels off the ground. Or maybe you just practice on lifting the bum. Inhale. Exhale, shimmy the heels forward, lower the hips. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, peace fingers to big toe. Inhale, find that length from the crown of the head to the base of the spine. And exhale, see if you can contract the abs to pull the chest a little closer to the legs. Inhale to lift the arms up. Exhale to plant the hands. Find the work. Shimmy the heels back as you inhale. And try to float the hips off the ground. And try to float the heels off the ground. Inhale. Exhale to lower. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, contract the abs, forward fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plant the hands. Inhale, shimmy the heels back, lift the hips. Maybe lift the heels. Inhale. Exhale, lower everything down. Last time, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, engage the core, forward fold, flat back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, plant the hands. As you inhale, glide the heels back, lift the hips. Maybe hover the heels, and we're here for 3 breaths. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. Whew, exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, peace fingers, grab the toes. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, flat back, forward fold. 3 breaths. On the inhale, try to focus on lengthening the spine, making so much space between each vertebrae. And as you exhale, try to contract the abs to bring the chest closer to the legs. Last breath. Inhale to come all the way back up to seated and roll out the wrists. You can do a little wrist wave one way and the other. You can do a little wrist roll out. Whatever just helps you get a little bit of that tension out of the wrists. Cross the legs, come through tabletop and into your first downward facing dog. Here's our first core compression vinyasa. We've done this in all the other flows. Inhale, come up high onto the toes, look forward, sink the hips back towards the heels. And as you exhale, try to float forward into your malasana. Inhale, hands come to heart center, lift crown of the head and tailbone away from each other. Exhale, lean forward and plant the bum onto the mat. Inhale. Exhale, roll through the spine, reaching the arms forward as slow as you can onto the back. Inhale, extend arms overhead and legs out in front. Exhale, slowly roll back up into your malasana. Inhale. Exhale, tented fingertips find the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, heel toe the feet together. Inhale, deep bend in the knees, root to rise, roll through the spine, arms overhead, Hasta Uttanasana. Exhale, lower just the arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands and try to float back into your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, engage the legs, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward dog. 3 breaths. Last breath. Inhale, high on the toes, hips towards the heels, look forward. Exhale, try to float as delicately as you can to Malasana. Inhale, find the knees against the elbows, crown of the head, tailbone reaching away from each other. Exhale, lower the bum. Inhale to prepare, and then exhale, slowly roll down the spine. Arms overhead, legs forward when you get there. Inhale. Exhale, under control. Roll back up. Don't fling your arms, but use the power of your core to roll up. Find your way into Malasana. Inhale. Exhale, plant tented fingertips on the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, heel toe the feet together, forward fold. Deep bend in the knee. Inhale, roll up the spine. Hasta Uttanasana, arms overhead. Exhale, just the arms lower. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, float back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, engage the legs, shoulders away from the ears, engage the core. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. You can take some pressure off the hands by shifting the weight back into the legs, maybe finding a bit of a bend into the knee to allow that to happen. Last breath. High on the toes, inhale, sink hips towards heels, look forward. Exhale, float to your Malasana. Hands to heart center, inhale. Exhale, lower the hips. Soles of the feet find the mat. Inhale. Exhale, reach forward, round through the spine. All the way, until you're laying down. Inhale, straighten the arms and legs. Exhale, slowly roll up the spine. Working your way to Malasana. Inhale. Exhale, tented fingertips find the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, heel toe the feet together, forward fold. Inhale, deepen in the knees, roll up the spine, arms overhead. Exhale, lower just the arms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, float back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Engage the legs, smush that pinky toe into the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths and one more time. Engaging the core. Inhale, high onto the toes, sink hips towards the heels, look forward. Exhale, float to Malasana. Hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale, lower the bum. Soles of the feet find the mat. Inhale. Exhale, slowly roll down the spine. Arms and legs extend away from each other. Inhale. Exhale, slowly roll up to your Malasana. Inhale. Exhale, tented fingertips find the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, heel toe the feet together, forward fold over the legs. Inhale, deep bend in the knees, root to rise, arms sweep overhead. Exhale, lower the arms. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, find your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Sending the weight back towards the feet, bringing as much bend to the knees as you need. Inhale, right foot reaches back and high. Open the hip and bend the knee, stacking the hips on top of each other, but both armpits are facing towards the mat. Sending the chest back towards the left thigh. Feeling that nice opening in the right hip. Inhale. Exhale, circle the right knee forward as you shift the weight forward and come into plank. Try to tap right knee to right nose and we hold. 4, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look between the hands, plant the foot between the hands, and lower down on the back knee. Find the energetics of the legs as the right heel really sucks back, trying to touch the left knee. There's that energetic of hugging under midline. Inhale, sweep the arms overhead. Find your low lunge. Lifting up out of the waist, inhale. Exhale as you shift the weight back, straightening into the front leg. You'll find that the hip on the left is stacked over top of the left knee. You're not collapsing back, but you're stacked. Hands are on either side of the leg. Inhale. Exhale, try to hover that right heel off the ground. Toes are flexed back towards the face, really engaging through the psoas. And then lower the heel and forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to hover the heel. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heel, forward fold. Really driving the heel into the ground. Making this pretty active. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to hover the heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heel, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale to shift the weight back into that low lunge position. Inhale. Exhale to keep leaning the weight forward, hovering the left knee. Hands come, left leg. The whole leg is lifting. Hands to heart center. Warrior 3. Core is engaged. Reaching the toes and the crown of the head away from each other. Arms come out to a T. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the left knee and curl forward, trying to tap knee to nose. Inhale, bringing the left leg with you, come all the way to stand. Exhale, hands reach up overhead and we straighten the left leg for 3 breaths. Strengthening those psoas muscles. Inhale. Exhale, lower the foot and the arms. We did something similar in number 3. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, jump or float back to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot back and high. Now we open the hip and bend the knee. Squeezing heel towards the bum, stacking both hips on top of each other, but pushing the chest back towards the right thigh. Inhale, look forward. And as you exhale, swing that left knee out to the left-hand side and then forward as you come into plank and try to tap knee to nose for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Push the ground away with the hands. 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot between the hands. Lower the back knee. Find the energetics before you lift the arms of the legs working towards each other. Then on an inhale, lift the arms up. The back toes are curled under. Inhale. Exhale, shift the weight back as you straighten into the left leg. Find the right hip stacked on top of the right knee. Plant the fingertips on either side of the leg. Inhale. Exhale, float the left heel up. And even if it doesn't lift up, even just working on the energetics is exactly what your body needs. And lower and forward fold. Inhale to half lift. Exhale to squeeze that leg up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heel, forward fold. 3 nice deep breaths. Toes are flexed back towards the face. Inhale, half lift. Exhale to squeeze that leg up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we fold. Trying to bring length to those hamstrings as we find strength in the hip flexors. Inhale to look forward, half lift. Exhale to shift the weight into a bent left knee. And keep the weight shifting forward until we float the right leg off the ground. Hands to heart center, find your warrior 3. Arms reach out to a T. Inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee and try to tap knee to nose. Fight for your balance and find that compression. Next time you inhale, you come all the way up to stand, bringing the right leg with you. Arms reach up overhead. As we exhale, we straighten the right leg. Two more breaths. Inhale. Woo, and exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hop back to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to do one more round on each side. It's really important to find length in the back body as we strengthen the core and the hip flexors. Inhale, right foot reaches back and high. Open the hip and bend the knee. Find that nice opening in the right hip. Inhale. Exhale, swing the right knee out to the right hand side and then forward, trying to tap knee to nose, and we hold. Pushing the ground away. 8, 7, 6, finding that compression. Engaging the shoulders. 3, 2, 1. Place the foot between the hands. Lower the back knee. Inhale, arms lift up overhead. Find the hugging of the legs together underneath the body. Dragging the right heel back in space and the left knee forward. Inhale. Exhale, shift the weight back into that half split. Tented fingertips find either side of the front leg. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward fold. 3 nice long breaths. Flexing the toes back towards the face. Finding all that nice length in the hamstring. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, hover. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the heel, forward fold. As you inhale, you really try to find space and length between the very tip of your head, the very base of your spine. Find that nice length. As you exhale, try to fold in by squeezing the core a little bit more each time. Last breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, lift the heel as best you can. 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot, forward fold. On this last one, maybe windshield wiper the legs, flexing the toes apart and then back towards the face, just to find like any different tight spots around the back body. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend into the front knee. Shift the weight forward so much that the back foot lifts off the ground. Hands come to heart center. Introducing or reintroducing some strength into this right leg that we just stretched like crazy. Arms reach out to a T. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Curl in. Fight for your balance. Inhale to drive the knee all the way up as you come to stand. Arms reach overhead as you exhale and straighten the front leg. When you're in the staff pose, try not to let yourself look like this and lean back. Try to really bring it in as if you're like creating a V shape with the body. Inhale. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chaturanga, float back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back and high. Open the hip and bend the knee. Find the work. Right leg is externally rotating. Really trying to squeeze left heel towards the bum. Inhale. Exhale, sweep the left knee out to the left-hand side and forward as you come into plank, trying to tap knee to nose for a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the foot between the hands, lower the back knee down, and lift up for your low lunge. Anjaneyasana. Sucking the left heel back in space and driving the right knee forward. Last inhale. Exhale, shift the weight back, straighten into the front leg. Plant tented fingertips on either side of the left leg. Inhale. Exhale to squeeze the psoas and lift the heel maybe a centimeter, maybe an inch. 3, 2, 1, lower the heel, forward fold. Remember to find the length on the inhale, find the squeeze and the compression on the exhale. Toes flex back towards the face. Inhale, half lift. You can always tuck the mat under the knee if it gets a little aggravated also. Exhale, hover the heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Plant the heel, forward fold. Really imagining or having the energetics of sucking that left leg back in towards the left hip socket. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lift the heel for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, forward fold. Find that windshield wiper motion with the left leg. Just playing around. Now rebend into the left knee. Keep shifting the weight forward until maybe you drag the right toes off the ground. Find the work in the standing leg and the work in the core. Arms extend out to a T. Scapula is engaged. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Bend into the right knee, send it forward. Inhale, come all the way up to stand, arms reach overhead. Exhale as we extend the right foot in front. Inhale. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, float back to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Inhale, right foot reaches back and high. 3-legged dog. Open the hip and bend the knee. Find all the work. Sucking heel towards the bum, chest back towards the left thigh. Knees trying to point towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, same as before. Sweep the leg around and forward, trying to tap knee to nose. Just holding for a brief moment. Exhale, foot between the hands, back into our low lunge. Finding the energetics. And then right away, straightening into that front leg. Now we're gonna work into our full split. I will show you a few options. If you have a block or a pillow, you can use those to help you get into it. All right, so we're starting from our half split. If you have blocks, you can use them on either side of the leg and really wiggle the leg forward and then shimmy the other toes back, working until you can find a nice place where you can actively hold the posture without losing all the energetics. Using the blocks is a really great way to keep the body upright, or another option is to stack a block or a pillow under you to bring the ground a little bit closer, or a pillow under you, which is why I brought the pillow. And we're just gonna stay in wherever our edge is for about 8 breaths. Really trying to think about plugging both of the legs into their sockets, keeping both legs very active, pulling the thigh away from the knee. Inhale. Exhale, slowly suck back the leg into your half split. We all meet here no matter where we are. And exhale, rebend into the right knee, lean forward until we pick the back leg off the ground, finding our warrior three again. Arms out to a T. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Drive that left knee forward, hold. Sucking heel towards the bum. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, straighten into the front leg. Bringing some strength back into that psoas that we just really stretched. Inhale. Exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, float back to your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg back and high. Open the hip and bend the knee. Find the work. Really pressing into all three corners of the standing foot, trying to stack those hips. Both armpits face the mat. Inhale. Exhale, swing the left leg out to the left-hand side and forward, finding your plank, trying to draw knee to nose just for a moment. Exhale, foot between the hands. Find your low lunge. Introduce yourself to that right psoas. Then as you exhale, straighten into the front leg. Find that half split. And as you slowly work your way down, listening to your body, she will tell you, or your body will tell you when it's reached its edge, and you just got to listen to where that edge is today. And when you get to where you need to be, just settling in for 8 breaths. Maybe closing down the eyes, by keeping the energetics of the legs in the back of your mind. Left femur is plugging back towards the left hip socket, and so is the right femur. Keeping the legs very active. Maybe playing around to see what it feels like when you activate your glutes. Inhale. Exhale, slowly make your way back up to a half split. Everybody meets here. Bend into the front leg, shift the weight forward, and find your way into a warrior three. Arms out to a T. There's a sense of the legs hugging together underneath you to try to find stability. Inhale. Exhale, bend into the right knee. Try to tap knee to nose. Suck heel towards the bum. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, straighten into the front leg. And exhale, lower everything down. Inhale, arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. We change it up a little bit. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, plant the hands and make your way into a kneeling position on the mat. Here's where we have our practice. So today, we've done a few different ways to pike up. But we're going to use the blocks or a pillow or a chair or books. Place them approximately where your feet would be. I think we have done this actually in a different one. Come forward. So we're going to make a little nest for our head in between our hands. Place our head down onto the mat, engaging into the shoulders by pushing the ground away. And there's a sense of the shoulders coming away from the ears. And then lift up onto the blocks, maybe adjusting where they are. And you're going to practice shifting the weight forward, feeling the hips stack on the shoulders. Keep shifting the weight forward. Maybe you find a little flight time. Making sure you're actively pressing the ground away with the elbows. And maybe you can try finding that flight time and then sucking the knees in towards the chest. And then coming back down. Then when you're ready, you might try shifting forward, maybe giving yourself a little launch off the blocks and lifting the feet up into your headstand. If you have your headstand, you can practice lowering halfway and holding. And then coming back up and holding. And then slowly lowering all the way back down. Whew. I invite you to practice if you want to, or with the blocks, or you can try one more time without the blocks. Wiggle up the shoulders. Whew, it's a lot of work. Placing forearms onto the mat. The elbows are about shoulder width distance apart. And clasping the hands. We're going to work towards our forearm headstand, not really our tripod headstand. In this one, placing our head onto the mat, lifting the hips. This is why it was so important to lengthen the hamstrings and practice floating the toes. Maybe giving yourself a little launch. If that seems really inaccessible, you can give yourself a little launch into like a pike up, but with the knees bent towards the chest first. And then maybe try lifting off. If you're up, maybe you try lowering halfway. And then try to slowly lower down, but maybe your toes come to a hover. Whew. And then lowering all the way down into child's pose. Inhale to come into a kneeling position and then swinging the legs forward. Lowering onto the back soles of the feet onto the mat. Whew. About hip width distance apart. You have an option here for, we're going to do 2 bridge poses, or you could do a bridge pose and a wheel pose. And the goal would just be to open the body a little bit and bring a little bit more length into the spine. So inhale to prepare. Find the draw of the belly button towards the stomach. Really drive the toes and the feet forward and feel how, or notice how that like lifts the pelvis a little bit. And then slowly lift the pelvis. Lift the mid back, the upper back, wiggle the shoulders under you. And you can either leave the palms facing the ground, actively pressing into the ground, or you can interlace the fingers underneath the body. Spiraling the knees in towards each other. And play with the difference of energetics, whether you suck the heels back towards the shoulders or drive the toes forward. And feel which one maybe you like better. Inhale And exhale, slowly unclasp the hands if you have them clasped and slowly lower onto the back. Windshield wiper the legs. And for our second and last one, you can do the same movement, or we can set up for wheel pose. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Hands are next to the ears, fingertips facing forward. Inhale, hug the knees and the elbows in towards midline, and exhale, slowly push into the feet and hands and lift the hips. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower down onto the back. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Lift head, neck, and shoulders off the ground. Find that nice squeeze. Maybe rock side to side. Round out the spine. Inhale. And exhale, slowly unravel the body. Send the legs out long in front of you. The arms out to the side. Tuck the shoulder blades under. Take one big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let it go. One more time. Pretty aggressive. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And with that, allow yourself to let go of any control you had on the breath. Notice how heavy the arms and legs feel against the ground. Notice maybe if you can invite a little bit more length in the back of the neck. Notice the energy moving around your body. Notice the lightness in your chest as you inhale and exhale. Let go of the practice and allow yourself a moment of thanks, giving thanks to your body for moving you, giving thanks to your mind for allowing yourself some space to just relax and find peace. Give thanks to your breath for sustaining you. Wiggle the fingers and the toes, circle out wrists and ankles, and in whatever way feels comfortable, making your way into a seated position, cross-legged on the mat. Gather hands to heart center. Thank you so much for enjoying this practice, and thank you for joining me. Wow. And I really hope you enjoyed this 4-part series. I hope you found a little bit of connection in your body, in your deep core, your psoas, and some length in the hamstrings, and I hope you had a lot of fun. And if you enjoyed having a bit of a longer series like this, let me know. And I wish you the best of days or evenings or mornings. And thank you for joining me. Namaste.